Welcome to DJCC On Air. I'm Sarah Curley, and I am so excited to welcome, drumroll, our 2022 president, Mr. Zach Klein. Welcome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me here, Sarah. I'm definitely excited to be the 2022 president for Dallas Junior Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, we are so lucky to have you, Mr. President. Okay, so what do we have in store for this year for 2022?
Awesome. So our most upcoming event will be April 9th, the Egg Scramble. And then May 14th will be our third year in a row doing the Lavender Field, or Lavender Fields for Fidelis, on May 14th. So I'm really excited to partner with some Army veterans for that event.
Yes, and this is our third year doing Fields of Fidelis, where we're out in the beautiful, luscious lavender farm. I mean, literally out there in the middle of all of this lavender that we're going to be harvesting, and I cannot wait. Third year. And, you know, the first year that we did that one, it was 2020. It was the first time we were getting back together in person, but it was outside and safe. And this was just an event that we had to keep doing again and again because it's so meaningful to give back to our veteran family and also do something different, harvesting lavender. So fun.
It was actually my first DJCC event, and that's what made me fall in love with this chapter.
That's
and that's
right.
why I'm here.
Yay.
Got to learn from our previous president.
Oh my goodness, Zach. I was just so excited because we're out there and we're all sweaty and everything. And you're like, I love this. I was like, he's one of us. He's one of us. And here you are running the whole thing now.
I know.
And so give us a little bit of background because I know you're such a great friend. We have girlfriend in the background and she's doing the social media and there's so many amazing things happening with the DJCC, but we all are dying to know more about Mr. Zach.
Absolutely. Well, before I get about myself, I want to talk about my team because we do have 7 other board members. Really excited that we brought on 3 other new board members this year, so it's always good to have that fresh blood in there. And this year is really going to kick us off, and I'm really excited for all the new programs and things and just engaging in the community. I'm just really excited for it.
I'm so excited too. So much to look forward to. And you guys need to check out DallasJuniorChamber.com for more information of all those exciting happenings. Okay, Zach, tell us what brought you to Dallas. I know that a lot of our members are coming in, from all over the world. And the destination for Dallas area young professionals is the Dallas Junior Chamber of Commerce. But what brought you to Dallas? And then what brought you to the Dallas Junior Chamber?
Yes. So I moved down here July 2019. I was in the travel industry. And I was here for 6 months, and then something called COVID happened. Changed our whole world and life, but that's what brought me down here. I'm so fortunate that it did bring me down here. I love Dallas, and I'm originally from Chicago, and I was involved with the Schaumburg JCs, so that's how I got familiar with the JC, or JCI. And then I was looking for a way to get connected in Dallas, and what other better way to volunteer and do some philanthropy with like-minded individuals. And the cool thing about our chapter, and I'm sure there's other chapters that have this as well, but we have a lot of transplants. We have people from Atlanta, Chicago, New York, Hawaii. So I'm really excited for all the new people that are coming to our chapter and just learning more and getting out in the community.
Speaking of new people coming to our chapter, you brought us a very exciting guest today, and there's going to be a little bit of a big reveal here. She's a country music artist and performer. I can't believe you got us this interview. I mean, she's a new member, I know, but I'm starstruck. We have so many amazing, amazing new members coming in, but wow, tell me about Ariel.
So Charity Adams, who was our former Texas state president, so she brought us to our attention, and she just knew how great our chapter is, and then obviously with your connection with Real News PR, so I'm so glad that we're able to bring her in today and do an interview with her. So you're gonna learn so much about her and her involvement with DJCC.
Yes, and shout out to Derek, our producer behind the scenes, because I know I had asked him, I said, well, we need to have the Dallas skyline, but do you have anything in mind for what's going to be in the background of Ariel? So that's going to be fun that we'll have here in a second. So don't go away, we'll be back with Ariel Hutchins. And welcome to our show. I'm so excited to welcome our guest, Ariel Hutchins. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness. Well, you brought the country to the city. Here we are. Look at these cows. Thank you, producer Derek, by the way. Tell us your story, Ariel. You have such a fascinating background. You're living your passion. I am just so incredibly honored to interview you today.
Thank you. I mean, there's not Nothing really special. I mean, I've been singing all my life, so, and just finally being able to add a lot of tradition and stuff into kind of what the music that we're putting out and stuff is pretty cool. So, I mean, yeah, just a mom trying to be raising cowboys and singing, and it's been a blessing for sure. So
take me back to those beginning moments when you were a little girl and you realized, I want to be a singer. Did you tell your mom and dad?
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm pretty sure everybody was tired of hearing me sing. I remember singing anything from Loretta Lynn to Britney Spears.
Give me a couple, just a couple.
What do you mean?
I mean, are we going Britney Spears?
Like Oops. Oops, I did it again.
Yes. That's so cute.
Yeah.
And then what else?
Oh,
So everything from pop to country in the early days.
Absolutely.
I mean, were you singing to your hairbrush?
Oh, yeah.
I was too.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't have quite the voice, okay?
Oh, yeah. You could never find a hairbrush because I hid them under my pillow for singing time later.
Exactly. Okay, so then now you have a family and you're a hardworking mama. What do you sing to them when they fall asleep?
I do it more with my youngest, Kylan, and I sing a Selena song. Late at night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you. That one.
Yes.
I sing that to him every time, so he expects it. So he's just laying there looking at me, waiting for me to sing.
Where's my song, Mom? Where's my song? Now, I don't have a song for my kids, so I need to have a song. Maybe it's going to be one of yours.
Oh, maybe.
So if I were to sing my kids to bed, which song would you suggest?
My gosh. Maybe.
Mine won't work?
Now, I don't know about that one.
No, I'm just kidding. I like the Cowboy He.
Cowboy He Will Be. That's a good one, yeah.
Give us a couple of that one.
You want me to sing it?
Just a little bit.
Riding tall in the saddle, completely unaware, with the sunlight on his Stetson and the way the young girls stare. He's tough enough for rodeo, but he can be so sweet. Yeah, that's the kind of cowboy he will be.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so you're truly living your passion. What's the secret?
There's really no secret. It's hard. I relate a lot to the Loretta Lynn kind of background, you know, the trying to work, raise kids, you know, and it takes good support system at home to kind of make this dream work. You know, if I didn't have my husband picking up the slack at home with the kids, you know, it would really, to be honest, it would be really hard. So, but he 100% believes in me, and he's like, I'm ready to retire, so come on with it.
Well, he must be so proud, and your kids to watch you. I mean, do they understand how special this is, that Mom's on stage singing to so many people?
Well, my oldest, he wants to be there on stage almost at every show, and unfortunately, you know, there's a lot of shows that he can't make it to, but for the most part, when he does get to come, it's like a dream come true for him.
That's so sweet. So for our young professionals who are watching this for the Dallas Junior Chamber, and congratulations for being a Dallas Junior Chamber member. We're so excited to have you part of the DJCC. Give some advice about following your passion, even when the times are a little bit tough. I know that, you know, some of us fall into jobs and careers and we wake up and we're like, I'm not following my passion and I'm not doing what I want to. What would you say for the young professional that's, you know, kind of looking at the next 10 years, 20 years, to get out of that rut? Would you suggest a career change or do the side hustle until you make it your main hustle?
Well, my advice to give that is there's no time limit to when you can start following that dream. Even if it's not in the position that you're in right now, don't give it up. I mean, it's a fire that burns inside of you, and it's going to eat you until you're doing it. And even if it's a side hustle, you know, work that side hustle until you can make it your main hustle, but don't give it up. And it's going to take you some time, and some it doesn't, you know, but as long as you are working time in for that, I think that it'll be, you know, what you want it to be. So.
I love what you just said. It's eating at me all the time. And so it's something that you've found so much joy in and that you're sharing with the world. And, you know, it's not easy, right, to be an incredible artist like you, and you're such a creative. I like to say I'm a creative. I like photography and video and all the things that make shows happen, but a music artist is a whole other level of creative talent. Where do you get your inspiration from?
It's going to these shows and seeing these artists, like we were at the Future Faces last night, seeing these artists, you know, perform and compete together, but they're all phenomenal. To see the passion, that in me as an artist just makes me want to work harder, because, you know, I know what it was like to be on that stage competing with several other just incredible artists. So just seeing them, it continues to inspire me to be better, to do better, to want it more. So it's really just from seeing hard work.
I love it. So take me back to the beginning of songwriting and performing. What was the first song that you wrote and performed, and what was that like? And kind of take us through the years of the songs that you've written and also what you're performing now.
So the very first song I ever wrote was Rewind, and it wasn't the best song in the world. You know, Johnny Cash, that man could have 3 chords in a song, and he could just write an incredible song. You know, it doesn't take just the craziest, you know, chords or guitar solos to make a simple song. You know, it's really about the performance. And I'm not the best songwriter in the world. I really try to be, and I'm not the most structured. So I'm learning right now how to be more of a structured writer, because I used to my manager send her a paragraph. Hey, how does this sound? She's like, it's not structured. It's just a big old paragraph. Where's the chorus? Where's the verses? And I'm like, well, when I perform it, it's separated, you know? So to me, it was all about delivery, but I'm still learning. There's so much in this music industry, you know, to learn. And I'm trying to take all the knowledge in as I can. And so now we're working with other incredible writers. And me and Greg Young wrote the song Cowboy He Will Be, and he's an incredible writer.
What an amazing
song. Thank you.
That one takes my breath away. All of your music does, but wow, that one got me choked up. And that is a song that I'll be singing to my son at night. And I promise you.
I need a video of that now.
I promise. Now, again, I don't have the voice, but that's not going to hold me back, okay?
That don't matter.
Tell me more about some of the music.
So we've released an EP. So it's got Pop's a Song, it's got Rewind, it's got Your Truck's Talking, which is kind of a fun one. I don't know if you've got to hear that one, but it's basically saying it's more about the truck. What your truck says, who you are as a character. So where I live in this small town, it's all about the trucks.
Yes.
Where the trucks that, you know, the men drive. And,
yes.
You know, if you don't have it's not just ride, it's... Yeah, so it's just, I guess it's a small town thing. I don't know. All the towns around are kind of the same way.
No, listen, my husband moved here from Chicago, and the first thing he said, I'm not texting if I don't have a truck.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know if you agree or if the small town would agree.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's the difference of which truck or you know what, this, that, and the other, but that's such a fun song.
Yeah, and we've got a ton, and we've got an incredible lineup of songs that we're kind of, you know, working through right now to release, which you guys are really going to love when they come out. So working with some absolutely incredible songwriters, and it's been a dream so far.
What does it feel like to perform on stage?
That's my happy place. You know, it's a place where I can go and not think of anything but just, you know, bringing music to people. So I performed at Outlaws and Legends on Saturday, which is a huge Texas music fest. I was the only female singing there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
High five, mama.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was crazy, but I saw, and it was the cutest thing, just a little boy. He was probably about 8 years old, and he was standing up on the side of the stage, and he was just guitar. So he had a little guitar, and my guitarist was standing over there kind of by him, and he was watching his hands, and every time he'd do a guitar solo, he'd just fake it. I mean, you thought he was doing it. Okay, so I looked at the bouncer. I said, "Put him on this stage." So he picked him up, got him on this stage, and I mean, he was just getting it. Stuff like that. It's more than music. It's little kids like that. They see that and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I want to be that." You know, in 20 years, or it's so much more than music and stepping on a stage. To me, it's inspiring people. It's having people come to me crying, saying, "I love this song. It touched me," you know, in so many ways. And so to me, it's just putting music out that people can relate to and being able to perform those and just, you know, just loving it.
That is so sweet. And what you did with that little boy, bringing him up on stage, I mean, we all felt that, I'm sure, seeing him on stage, and that you highlighted him, and to be able to bring your audience with you on this journey. And I've been following you on social media, and that's just so exciting now that we live in a world where you really do get to see the behind the scenes.
Oh, for sure.
Of everyone's lives. And I know that Derek put the cows on the back screen because we're like, what's it like living where you live in the country life and cattle and horses and the whole thing?
It's incredible. It's a hard work. It's a hard life. Cattle, it's not easy. We took a big loss not too long ago. We had quite a few heifers die on us, and so being a rancher is truly a tough life, but it teaches you discipline. And my husband says he's married to 60-something women, and he's talking about his heifers, including me. So, and he treats them like his wife. I mean, he goes out there and he calls them. He's got check on them. Sometimes if he just goes missing for a few hours, I know he's out there with his girls. So.
He's out there with his girls.
So.
Well, and going back to social media, some people make this look so glamorous and so easy to just have a farm, but it is a lot of hard work.
It's a lot of hard work, and doing that on top of music. When I'm not here, I'm out, with my husband sorting, trying to, pull calves or give shots, or it's it can be pretty rough sometimes.
But we're going to follow along on social media.
That's right.
So you're here in Dallas. Share with us what you're here for. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to let you.
I am here for the Texas Regional Radio Award.
Woo! In our in-studio audience, you can't see them, but there everybody's clapping behind the scenes. We're celebrating you, sister. This is amazing.
Thank you.
What does this feel like?
I am one of those that like to think ahead. I'm like, oh, what's the next best thing? What can we do next? And being on the Future Face stage last year. So when you win the Future Faces, you get to perform at the Regional Radio Awards. That's your big win, is you get a spot. And so you're in front of all these incredible musicians like Randy Rogers, Wade Bowen, Casey Donahue, just incredible, Bree Bagwell, just a bunch of incredible artists. And so last year I won it, and I got to perform. So we actually performed Cowboy Be He Will Be before it even recorded it. We got a standing ovation. I cried. And so now going on there to being nominated this year for all these awards, it's like, how do you go from being a guest to, it's a dream. It's like, what? I don't have the words to put into how incredible this experience has been, but I have an amazing team behind me, so.
I have chills, and it's such an honor to interview you, Ariel. Okay, tell me all about the radio records.
So my very first single to put out was Wine Won't Work, and that went to #1. And I think I'm actually the first female in the T3R Regional Radio Awards to release one single and it hit #1. My very first single ever, and that was just...
Okay, we got to hear it. I sent this one to my girlfriends when I'm in a mood. Wine won't work. I'll have whiskey.
I'm a whiskey gal. I'm telling you, sometimes that wine just doesn't
what kind of
cut
whiskey?
for me.
I know that there's some different whiskeys out there.
Have you ever had peanut butter whiskey?
No.
It's incredible.
Our in-studio audience is laughing. There's a peanut butter whiskey.
There is a peanut butter whiskey, and it is incredible.
Okay, I might be a whiskey fan now. I love peanut butter.
It's so off the wall. I know, but it's incredible.
So they put peanut butter on the rim, or it just has that nutty flavor?
Good. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, maybe I'm going to make it peanut butter on the rim.
I'm gonna send you a bottle now.
So we need to cheers together. So tell me about performing that song.
So performing that song, it is definitely a girl anthem. So every time I sing it, usually the girls have their drinks just right up at the stage like this. One won't work. I mean, because it relates to anything, whether it's a breakup or a rough day, or just, the year's been rough. Sometimes you just want to soak in the bathtub and all your clothes with a glass of whiskey, So performing it, it's, a lot of people actually do relate to that song.
When you're performing, are you making eye contact with your audience? Are you kind of reading their faces?
Yeah. I'm so just raw, and this is what you see is what you get. So being on stage, if I could get down there with them and dance, I would. We set 3 radio records. So we had 3 days. So that was the first one, and then we released a second song, which was Showing Off, which was Sundance, who won season 13 of The Voice. And then this third one, Cowboy He Will Be, went #1 too. So it was 3 back-to-back.
Tell me about all 3.
Okay, so the second one, I did a duet with Sundance Head, and he's incredible. You cannot put us two in a room. We goof off the whole time.
I love it.
And so we recorded a song that he had already actually put out, and it was wrote by Dean Dillon, and it is called Showing Off. And so it's basically saying when God made you, he was just showing off. So that one went to #1 too. So I was, my gosh, beyond.
Sing me a little bit of that one.
Grand Canyon, red sunset walks, morning rise up over Niagara Falls. Painted desert, watercolored sand, hanging all those stars, took a steady hand.
In studio audience, I know you weren't expecting me every time. Sing me another one.
Well, give me an old guitar, come on. No.
Yes. And tell me about the third.
Okay, so the third one was Cowboy He Will Be, and that one just hit #1 2 to 3 weeks ago, I believe. So, and that one's obviously, you know, personal. It was wrote about my son. So, and he knows the whole song. He'll sing the whole song because he knows the song is about him. So when it hit #1, it was just, it was personal for me. It really hit home.
Wow, congratulations, Ariel Hutchins World. You need to follow her and make sure that you're keeping up with her because she is just a firecracker. She's on fire right now, and I absolutely love it. And thank you so much. And when we come back, we'll have the Dallas Junior Chamber President, Zach Klein. Okay, well, that was amazing. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but could you sing me the ABCs?
No.
I'm kidding. I couldn't help it. She's so talented. I had to have her sing.
She's incredibly talented.
How can we get a hold of the Dallas Junior Chamber if you want to be a member, if you want to get connected with the destination for Dallas area young professionals, Zach Klein?
Yes, so you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and we just launched our brand new TikTok channel, so be on the lookout for us on TikTok. And then also our website, dallasjuniorchamber.com.
All right, thanks so much, Zach. Pleasure having you on the show, and we'll see you guys next time.
This show is brought to you by Real News Communications Network, your digital destination for video podcasts, produced by media and podcast experts. Podcasting at the speed of news, powered by Real News PR. Visit realnewscn.com for our podcast show library and launchashow.com to do just that, launch a show.